Hey guys, Cameron here. Welcome to the Game Station, and today I will be giving you guys my entire thoughts and review on Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. I just got done watching it literally a few minutes ago. I watched it online and it was beautiful. I loved the entire movie. I have some gripes with it. I don't like some things about the movie, but I definitely don't understand why people are hating on it so much and hating on Zack Snyder and saying they want Zack Snyder fired. It's like I said in my Walking Dead season 6 finale video, kind of the same thing with how, okay, yeah, you blame one person for this just because it's easier for you. So, a rating I would give on this out of 10 would probably be about an 8 for a few reasons. I'll explain those later. All in all, I think Zack Snyder did a very amazing job with the actual movie itself and putting it together and crafting an amazing storyline and taking a lot of scenes right out of the comics and trying to make it, giving it his own personal grittiness and the level of comic book movie we come to expect from Zack Snyder. I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohen as Bruce's parents, even though we didn't get to see them for long, which is, I'm kind of hoping for something more. I'm trying to think of the word for it. More. I'm kind of hoping for a Flashpoint Paradox movie just because I want to see them as Batman and the Joker, because that would be awesome. I definitely loved the whole banter between Lex and them, and I definitely loved Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor a lot more than I thought I would. I loved the little tidbits and pokes at an Injustice movie, which honestly would be amazing for a lot of people, not just me, but a lot of DC fans in general. The whole cameos from Ezra Miller as the Flash and Jason Momoa, there we go, Momoa as Aquaman, and a lot of people have been asking why Ezra Miller has a mustache and beard in his scene in The Flash. It's because it's probably from way near in the future, way down the road in the future when he's coming, because obviously to me it looks like he's coming through the Speed Force to go back in time to talk to Bruce while in that dream. And so that's the only thing I could really explain. It's the only way I could really explain that, of why he has that, is because he's coming back from the future to explain something to him. It definitely looked like it was getting ready to set up, really ready to set up for the rest of the DCEU, for the rest of the Justice League movies, with the whole Omega symbol in Batman's dream and the Superman regime police, which honestly just looks beautiful. And Zack Snyder definitely knows how to craft an amazing fucking comic book movie. Excluding The Watchmen, of course, which I liked, but it could have been better. I didn't like Doomsday's design in this movie, and a lot of DC fans don't, because honestly, it got better throughout the fight, but I was kind of looking at it like, okay, you could have done a lot better with the design for him. He looks like a giant fucking snapping turtle at the start, and then yes, he does get his spikes, but it's just not very good. The whole fight between Batman and Superman was really well crafted. A lot of kryptonite weapons for Batman to use against Superman, and a lot of awesome moments put in through that entire sequence of events. A lot of the dialogue in this movie was beautifully put together, especially during the fights and during all the action and tension between Batman and Superman. Definitely a big point of if Superman will ever abuse his power. Definitely focused on that a lot, and I love that, because honestly I was like, okay, this is really setting up for Injustice, and if it sets up for Injustice the way I want it to, we could be getting an Injustice movie eventually, and then that'd be kind of cool, because you could see a lot of different aspects put into the movies because of how it's set up. I didn't like Gal Gadot. I mean, I like her as Wonder Woman. She's an amazing Wonder Woman. She's an amazing actor. She's really fucking beautiful. But I think she could have been a little bit stronger looking in... I won't deny, Wonder Woman is never really like a big, beefed up character, but I still feel like Gal Gadot and most of the women in the movie were actually really, really skinny, and they could have been a bit bigger. She could have been a bit stronger looking, but most of the women in the movie could have been a bit bigger instead of being like twig thin. Which isn't only a gripe I have. A lot of other fans of the movie, of the comics and the movies, also kind of had problems with the fact that she was really skinny and really twig thin, which makes sense because a lot of people would rather see her be a bit more comic book accurate than what she was. What else? I definitely liked the whole scene where Batman decided to change his mind about fighting Superman because of realizing that he actually had a family and that he had people he cared for. A lot of people diss on this scene, and this is the main reason people want Zack Snyder gone, is because of the fact that everyone's like, oh my god, just because his mom's name is Martha, Batman decides like, oh my god, I couldn't save my own mother, I'm gonna have to try to help him save his because they have the same name. It's not that. That's not the reason he changed his mind. It's because he realized he has a family and that he actually cares for them like he cared for his parents. But he lost his parents and he doesn't want somebody else to go through that, so he decided to help and to go help get Superman's mom and rescue her. And I feel like that was a really great way to show them teaming up instead of it being, Superman gets plunged with a fucking kryptonite spear and dies. Superman versus Doomsday, the final fight. I loved the final fight. I won't deny this. I loved everything about it. Seeing Wonder Woman use her lasso of truth was amazing. Seeing Batman shoot the kryptonite gun one last time and getting that last puff of smoke in Doomsday's face. Doomsday having the spike arm all prepared, and then Superman flying in like a fucking boss and just spear right through Doomsday. And then Doomsday stabbing Superman back, and Superman going like, fuck this, pulling in closer, getting stabbed more just to finish Doomsday off was just amazing. It was really, the last fight was really well crafted. And like I said, if Doomsday's design had been a bit better, I think the fight scene could have been a lot better off, but, a design isn't really that big of a deal to a lot of people. Seeing the insanity coming from Lex was beautiful, especially since Jesse Eisenberg isn't typically known for playing an insane character in most movies. He's typically the more well-rounded, sane character out of most of his movies, especially if you look at Zombieland and Adventureland and 30 Minutes or Less. Definitely you see him as less psychotic and more sane than everybody else. But he definitely played the part perfectly. He definitely passed my expectations of what he was going to be. I thought he was going to be a more comic version of Lex, and a lot of the trailers did show it as that was probably what it was going to be. But he ended up being very serious and very well put for this character, and I'm glad they chose him. I really am. He did amazingly well. Ben Affleck, I had no doubts about him from the very, very beginning. I thought he was going to be an amazing Bruce Wayne. All I was looking forward to was seeing his Batman, and when I saw the trailers of his Batman, I was like, yep, I'm sold. This guy's amazing. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman did live up to my expectations. She did amazing. She was very well put into this character, and they made a good choice choosing her. Like I said, she could have been a bit stronger, a bit beefier, not as small as twig thin as she was. But, that's something they could work on, I guess. Seeing the scenes of Cyborg, The Flash, and Aquaman were really cool because you got to see a little teaser at what's to come in the next few years with the Justice League movies and their own personal movies. I definitely think Ezra Miller is the perfect choice for The Flash for one simple reason. That's because he's an amazing actor, and he definitely does deserve a good comic book movie. Jason Momoa is a great choice for Aquaman, especially with the turn they're taking on him. I can't remember who the fuck's chosen for Cyborg, but seeing the way his accent changes him looked beautiful, and it kind of fit perfectly. What else? And the ending scene where Lois throws the dirt onto Clark's coffin, and then you see the dirt move, is pretty easy explainable. He was near the kryptonite, which weakened him, killed him, and it was so weak, and he was so weak that he couldn't really regenerate himself. But after being away from the kryptonite for long enough, he started regenerating, and bingo, bango, bongo, he's back. Which for non-comic fans is very confusing. I'm definitely hoping to see a solo Batman film at some point, especially directed by Ben Affleck, because honestly that'd be an amazing thing to look at. And it doesn't even have to be like with his old gritty Batman. It could be with like a younger Batman, and it'd be perfect. You know, it could be a younger Batman 10 years or so prior to this, before Jason Todd, which is the Joker, or which is the Robin everyone's assuming the suit was for, was the one that was killed, which would make a lot of sense, honestly, because if you look into it, it's the only real Robin that's ever been really killed in the comics, from what I know of. Last time I checked, everyone else survived. Every other Robin survived in their own right, you know. But so I definitely think that he's gonna end up. It could end up going that way. You know, there could be a solo Batman film showing what happened to his Robin and why he's like he is in Batman vs Superman, and then showing him as a more nitty gritty older Batman in more movies. Because it's confirmed by Zack Snyder that this is 10 years after Robin has been dead. So the Robin that was there that said, "The joke's on you" from the Joker has been dead for 10 years. And the fact that he still has the Robin suit is a constant reminder of what this Batman has been through, which is probably a main reason of why he's using guns and is less lenient when it comes to killing. What else? I'm definitely hoping they make another Man of Steel, another Superman movie, because honestly, Henry Cavill is an amazing Superman. I can't wait to see the rest of the DCEU expand after this, and Zack Snyder is doing an amazing job so far. He did an amazing job with Man of Steel. He did an amazing job with Batman vs Superman. I'm sure when it comes to every other movie in the franchise, he's going to do an amazing job, and it's going to set up perfectly. Can't wait to see how Suicide Squad looks when it's finished, and I'm pretty much just pumped for the rest of the comic book movies that are coming out this year. If you guys haven't seen Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice yet, I highly suggest you guys go watch it. And it was an amazing, amazing movie. And if you guys have, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. Peace.